Hi, this is Genesee Rico, and for my persuasive speech, I'm doing a popular topic of social media. I have updated a certain social approach, and I'm using sites to explain and to support my claim. I'm going to do Craigslist as my social media site. Similar to Facebook and all the other sites out there, it's a popular site, and it is popular in having things for you to use where you can meet other people and exchange photos, information on any topic. I have a certain interest in this after browsing Craigslist and seeing the various photos, the variety of advertisements, and the large amount of people that are using social media with what I would call out of place photos, photos that are out of context, and even comments that are completely out of context. And these are comments and photos that people are using and comments that people are making, which can lead you to believe that there is something going on here. Stakeholders in this claim would be people like myself, or people like you and I, that use Craigslist or that use Facebook and are looking to utilize this because Craig's claims that it has for you to use information and ways to meet people of any type that you would like, advertising falling into a certain category. And I would say stakeholders on the other side are going to be the liabilities to Craigslist for endangering you and by allowing you to use their sites when people have been allowed to use these sites that can lure you in and can endanger you. There are stories on possible kidnappings. For example, the Los Angeles Times does have stories where people have been found to have attempted or intended kidnapping instead of just meeting you, like the site allows you to say. Okay? The possibilities of endangerment are about 25% higher than should be expected because the Los Angeles Times and then the Los Angeles Police also had stories posted where they were chasing a high number of people from advertisements that they were running or answering. With Craigslist, you can send in photos, but again, a majority of photos that I looked at are suspicious, leading you to believe that this is not the real people or that their intention is crazy. You can send in any photo and Craig's does quote it out. The Los Angeles Times, as I had mentioned, did say that people are posing to meet you, lure you in, using photos and advertisements that are not accurate of their true intentions and that they can be looking to trap you. True evidence from Los Angeles Times and Los Angeles Police is of a man luring and leading this woman. They were meeting to date. Either he ran it first and answered hers, or she ran it and answered the other way back. But they did actually meet, and his intentions through the photo and things that he was saying gave him away that he was not on the right level to go out and meet. And the police, it was on TV, Los Angeles local news, evening news, did catch this person. And I'm explaining this to you because I did see it on local news, Los Angeles television, and that on our side we are right in expecting some degree of phony use of this social site. And that is between any people that can agree to meet at a certain time and a certain place. The problem with Craigslist is it does run these advertisements. It's not just a straight hello with a photo like some social sites. They allow you to give a quick wink, and the wink is 2 sentences. You can say something, and your photos have to be posted. On that type of a site, people can see your photos by browsing and searching. With Craigslist, it doesn't have a search available under your name. So what happens is you're hidden, and people may think they have a better chance of getting away with something like that. In referring back to the Los Angeles Times story, I would read and always look into these sections and listings for this topic. It does fall into this category though because people do use it to meet and interact. Craigslist, for my own browsing and my own use of it, and I do have a personal interest in looking at that, it has the worst of all internet sites for ethics and Medicaid. Craigslist actually allows the poorest and most improper use of Medicaid as compared to a Facebook or another site. According to Yahoo Media, Craigslist has numerous reports of kidnapping and phony hookups, locations, and fake photos. They use it to attract you, and they do not have to offer any identification of who they truly are. You don't have to scan in your photo ID as proof. According to Los Angeles Times, a man posed as a dater, and again, they had this man on the Los Angeles TV and the city he was from, attempting to meet other people. Looking at devil's advocates, they would be claiming that they have the right to do so, since the site is up and running and is open to all people. But on our side, we would say that we are using our rights to go against them, and of course their obvious mistakes in their claim make it easier for us to catch them, to avoid them, or to deal with them like the police or the Los Angeles Times stories. And their misuse and abuse of Medicaid and these social media sites strengthens our claim. And then what I'm going to use for my visual aid is the phone again. You can access any social media site on your telephone. Okay, for example, right here on your way to work, you can get on Craigslist, Facebook, or any social site. It's easy to use, it's convenient, and it's fast. And you know that if you're traveling to work, you're planning on being in a hurry, you're not looking for any major suspicion. You could actually end up responding to something you might not have at a different time. But these sites are free to send and receive any messages with replies and photos in seconds. In referring back to the Los Angeles Times story, I would also use information from the police sites and blogs and information that contain what people are doing and how they are setting you up. If people are out there following you from your attempted use of social media or others and have been caught, you have a way of knowing, and you can see the percentages or numbers and how they add up and where you should be doing things. Or you can meet people that you're not expecting to, that can be in disguise of their true intentions. So we would ask the audience to see our viewpoint and to make a stand to ask Craigslist advertisers in the social media section to use and to have to offer identification and also a background check. This way, all people have to prove who they are and what they are, what level they're on, and that their background check and their intentions are good enough and on a high enough level that they can be allowed to approach others through that social media. And I would conclude saying that the sites are useful to the right people only, and that you should have to prove that you deserve to use social media.